Yo, how's it going, guys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to be going over what inflation is and how you can beat it. Obviously, inflation is a massive topic at the moment because, these rising prices, it's a little bit scary. I think at the moment we're at 7% inflation rates. They are crazy high. Especially since during COVID, I'm pretty sure it weren't nowhere near that. So let's just get into it. What is inflation? So inflation is the rise in prices of goods or services throughout the year. Now, if you're from the UK, where I'm from, in Birmingham, the UK, the best way to describe this is, the chocolate Freddo. Back when I was younger, a Freddo bar was probably cost about 5p. Nowadays, you're looking at a Freddo bar costing about 25 to 30p. That is how inflation works. Now, if you want to actually show how the impact of inflation works out, use the rule of 72. So if you have 72, say inflation is at 2%, so you would use 72 divided by 2, which is 36. So it would take 36 years for your money to lose half of its value. Whereas right now, inflation is at 7%. So if you have a £10 note, it will take only 10 years for that £10 note to go down to £5.
What?
The best way for you to combat inflation is through investing. It's as simple as that. If you keep your money in the banks at the moment, you're not going to be making any money whatsoever. Your money is going to be decreasing. Now, on average, the S&P 500, which we have spoken about several times on this channel, it goes on average at about 8%. Yeah, that's how much it makes a year on average over the last 100 years anyway. That's what it's gone over. So it is only just about beating inflation by 1% on average now. Whereas before it was beating it by, let's say, about 4 or 5%. So the best way for you to actually beat inflation is by investing and diversifying your portfolio. So invest in real estate. So, renting out properties or even flipping them. I get that it's difficult to, come up with a deposit for these places. The best way that you can actually invest in a property is through a buy-to-let property, as you are literally just buying the property straight out to rent, and then it's done. Obviously, there are going to be complications, as if you're not able to get tenants for the building, you're going to be paying council tax, you're going to be paying mortgage off yourself, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. You may be in a bit of a struggling position, or you may end up having bad tenants. So there are some downfalls of renting out your properties. But having a buy-to-let, you obviously need to be earning £25,000 a year. So there are some drawbacks and some hardships to doing that. But that is the best way of having a rental property because it's straight out for rent. And then I think you get cheaper mortgage rates on that as well, as long as you've got a good credit score, obviously. And we spoke about how to get a good credit score all across this channel. Another way of investing is through holding individual stocks. So you can invest in things like Lucid Motors, which is a electric car company, or you can invest in Planet 13, as they are very cheap at the moment. And you know how I feel about Planet 13, right now. If I had the money, I would be putting it all into that stock. You could invest in Tesla. Tesla's down at the moment, and we all know that Elon Musk, anything he touches, it's going to be, dollar. So, yeah, individual stocks. Great way of making money. Just make sure you do your research. Make sure you look into who their competitors are. Make sure you're looking at their balance sheets, their cash flows, all that stuff. Just make sure that you do your research. Otherwise, you are going to end up screwing yourself over.
No. He's got a point.
And another way of doing it is through, if you're more of a lazy investor, you can just do it through index funds. Make sure that you open a stocks and shares ISA. And that tracks either the S&P 500, the FTSE 100. There's loads of things that you can do. The Lifestyle Strategy 100% Equity Fund, I invest in all of those. So I use that for my retirement, obviously. If you've watched my videos in the past, you obviously know that. But there are other ways of investing as well, such as crypto, NFTs. There are loads of ways. That is the way that you beat inflation, investing, not by holding your money in the bank, because if you're holding your money in the bank, you're going to end up screwing yourself over and your money will decrease. I get that it looks like while it's there, the number's still there, but that's not how it works, because obviously things increase in price, so then your money's not worth as much as it used to be. So be careful, okay? Yes, it might look nice in your bank, or it might look nice as cash, but it's decreasing in value. So try and invest. I get that it can be scary sometimes, but the only way that it's scary is if you don't do your research. So make sure that you do that. Anyway, before I ramble on too much, I'm going to leave that here. So my name is Chris, and thanks for coming to my channel. Peace.